and beast together.
All right, we are on.
I might steal a bite of that from you at some point.
Okay. I will be on screen in a moment. Hold on.
Okay, I have to.
Okay, now Vince is out at the side table.
Yep.
You want to go ahead and grab that before I put stuff in place?
Hang on, I gotta move my fries and ketchup and everything. That also works. Thank you.
Yeah, I had to wait till Vince.
Decided to move his happy butt.
Tangled cords.
Tangled.
Cords.
Too much tangled.
Ow.
Careful.
Lost that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Mhm.
Too.
That was all of the static.
Oh yeah, and mouse pad I need. Look out, Vince. Whoa.
He's all kinds of in the way.
You do a whoa.
Yeah, party.
Hello.
Took you long enough.
Yeah, it did. This is Thursday Throne. I'm Mark Amsrai, DJ Amstrack. Tonight we have TJ, Daniel, and well, my mom's on camera right now, but whether she'll stick around or not, I do not know. And tonight we will be completing Kentucky Route Zero. After that, I don't know. That'll probably only take about half the show. We'll see how it goes from there.
You could have asked her if she was staying, you know. Don't be rude to your mother.
Oh, yeah, are you staying?
I may.
Okay.
Gotta find my coffee first.
So anyway, I just realized I have a bit of thing that I need to do.
Oh.
Yeah, didn't quite get the this part set up. Still
Oh, it
says
still
vampire.
says vampire.
Yep. Uncheck that. Uncheck that.
Vampire Route Zero. Kentucky the Masquerade.
Stick a Malkavian on the zero.
Oh god.
Everything is weird forever.
And they might prove
There we
surprisingly
go.
adept at navigating it.
I was about to say, Amal could probably just hop on the zero and be like, okay, we need to go this way, this way. How do you know? I just do. Don't question it. Just do it.
Get on your belly? Tummy?
Yes.
Okay. Crap. I
Okay,
tried to
I'll-
make a
just the
reference and
voices.
immediately failed.
I know because of the voices, okay?
Very good. It is working. Alright, start Act 3.
I'm trying to find a link to your thing.
I think I need to turn the volume up.
If you guys are wondering what all
Actually,
this sweat,
Daniel, you can get there easier than I can. Can you?
if you guys are wondering where all this sweat is, I'm eating a pizza that is made of fire.
I doubt that they can see you sweating. 83 and sunny now. Looks like it's going to get up to about 101 by late afternoon in Louisville and 103 in E-Town. Not a cloud in sight, so get out those parasols. Haha.
Is that high enough?
Yeah, that's good. Thanks.
Cool.
Major accident just ahead of the Bardstown exit, so if you're headed to work on 31, you are late, my friend. Haha.
Hello, Butter Princess 99.
I'm gonna have food.
Oh, okay. Well, me too.
Sugar?
Just a little.
I forgot how you take your coffee. I'm tired.
I heard you yelling. Bad dreams?
We were up on a roof, Ira and I and Charlie, eating a light supper. I was drinking sweet tea. Charlie was reading. We were surrounded by other houses, closely packed. Huge sidewalks. It must have been a... what's that word?
A subdivision.
That's it, I'm sure. Below us, a group of people were gathered, standing quietly. A man was reading from a book. I asked Ira about the weather. Would it rain on Tuesday, or would the sun set? Something like that. He went, yes, I see, I know. Don't judge me.
Wait, what? No,
He
no.
wouldn't answer me. Charlie stood up, and Ira told him to watch his step, and then I remembered.
Oh, I didn't see the word win.
I
Okay.
woke up before I could stop him.
Win with the suns. Concerning this game, I thought she actually said when the sun set.
I always told him to test each tile with the heel first.
If it's a heel, you can kick it back and still put your toe on something solid when the tile slips. I remember. Your lessons. I just wanted to study his... what was it called?
Astronomy.
That's it. But I forget. It wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault.
It wasn't anyone's fault, Conway. And that's what we mean when we say it's... yeah,
An accident.
sure. Well, we have a mail order delivery today. Might be a long drive. I hope the truck can hold up. Yeah.
That truck will
Help
outlive
us
us.
all.
I believe it. I hope you're right. I'm glad you'll keep it. Ira would have wanted you to have it. It's been running since Charlie was born. Ira took me to the hospital in that truck. So did you once. Yeah.
Your knee.
My new knee. Plastic. It'll be like a souvenir.
So, long drive?
They said they couldn't come in person. Maybe just a shut-in. I don't recognize the address. The order is all... I'm sure we can fill it.
Not much left back there.
And that's good. I wouldn't want a disused pile of antiques to be my... what's the word?
Legacy?
Yes. Maybe.
Chronicle?
No,
Junk?
that's not the word. I just need to think of it. More coffee or something. Or I've had too much.
It'll come to you.
Maybe. I'm not sure anymore. It seems inevitable there'll start to be words that I lose forever. What are those boxes you set in the hallway?
Those are Charlie's old books.
Oh,
I thought we could look them together.
but yes, go with that one. That sounds nice. Cora should be here soon. Will you wait with me?
Sure, Liz, I'll wait with you.
Yes.
There's your traffic and weather on the 5s. That's every 10 minutes. Brought to you by the Consolidated Power Company.
25, 50,
Stick around for Old
55.
Kentucky Home with Kate, helping you turn your humble home into a mansion after this.
45, 55.
Yeah, it makes sense now. It didn't at first.
Oh, jeez. Shift.
This gets so
What?
creepy looking. What?
He's got a laser leg.
What? What?
A severe case
I
of
don't-
laser leg.
What?
Ah!
But that's only if you make a late payment on a follow-up visit. I think everything went well enough here that they'll only want to bill for...
Oh, he's awake. How do you feel, old man? All fixed up? Truman says he might be a bit misty coming out of it, so...
I was dreaming. That's unlikely. Norypnol TM is quite powerful. In fact, many patients report a sensation of lost time. Do you feel like you've lost time? I guess so.
It's been about 2 hours. No, that's what they were
Yeah.
doing.
What have you been doing?
We watched TV for a while. Then Dr. Sherman showed me some of the terms of this bill. It's kind of... You'll want to look over it yourself, I think.
How about that leg? How's your leg feeling?
Skeletal and technicolor. Yeah, that's the important part.
Like a severe case of laser lag.
Conway shifts his leg a bit in the chair, testing it.
Well? This is not my beautiful leg. This is not my beautiful house.
This isn't my leg.
Not your... Of course it's your leg.
It appears to be transparent and made of lasers.
It looks wrong. You replaced it. I haven't encountered this reaction before, but it's not totally unheard of. I read a paper about something like this last year. It can happen for a lot of reasons. Neurological, psychological, social. I'm sure it won't persist. In your case. Your thoughts and feelings are probably still a little nebulous from the Neuripnol. That's totally normal. It'll pass. I wouldn't recommend driving, at least for another hour or two regardless. Conway stares remotely at his leg. Let's talk about a few things you should be aware of. Recovery, rehabilitation, and side effects. How long am I going to be recovering? Well, at your age, I want to be clear. You should expect lingering effects of the injury for more or less the rest of your life. Don't immerse it fully in water, avoid extremes of temperature. I'd stay away from dusty roads and mountain lions as much as possible.
Mountain lions?
Specifically?
Yeah, go with that.
Mountain lions? Good advice in any context. Best thing you can do is keep it clean and free of debris. What do I clean it with? Only clean your leg with a soft cloth, moistened with water or isopropyl alcohol.
Or both.
You'll definitely want to avoid abrasive agents like detergents or other solvents.
Why would you clean your leg with detergent?
Or solvents.
So, do you have any questions? Anything about the bill that didn't make sense? I don't mean to rush you, but I have an early fishing trip.
Yeah. Tell him about the payment plan in the bill.
Ah, yeah, that's one of the atypical clauses. I don't really have any control over the bill now that the Consolidated Power Company bought my employer. They handle everything. So it all runs through your electricity bill now. You can pay it back in full on your next billing cycle, or you can get an energy credit payment plan. You'd have to call Consolidated for more detail about that. I don't really understand how it works. Something about generating electricity to send back into the grid. Oh, one more thing. Don't be alarmed if you experience any side effects of the Neuripnol. Typically, we see daydreaming, deja vu, pensiveness, fugue states, irregular perception of time. About 15% of patients report a generalized sensation of lateness. Nothing to be alarmed about, just keep it in mind.
What about
Thanks
the
for
laser
your
lag?
help.
Julian's outside. You can head back to your truck.
But the laser lag.
But he's not supposed to drive.
Well, she can drive.
Yeah, I forgot she was there. Somehow. How are the drugs treating you?
I feel a little distracted.
By the laser lag.
You're probably pretty tired, too. I usually feel more tired after a late night nap. Hey, you ever take anything for that? Caffeine pills, or...
Never.
Well, it's common in your line of work, right? The company store had some pills the miners used to stay awake. My folks had a peculiar relationship with medicine. We almost never had a regular doctor or health insurance or anything like that. Our immigration stuff was a mess for most of my childhood, so we only qualified for state programs in small patches before something or other would get contested, and we learned to just pile on dentist appointments and stuff in the short windows. If a cut got infected or her migraines were too much to handle, Mom would talk to so-and-so who knew so-and-so, usually another minor, and end up with some pills. And instead of medical advice, every pill came with gossipy, anecdotal warnings and superstitions, like all this lore that came with it. Like magic. Dangerous. Mysterious.
Weaver's folks couldn't help?
Yeah, they had pretty good health care through the university for a while there. A couple times they'd swing something, so I got a bit of whatever Weaver needed. In high school, Weaver got these pills to help her focus. She was so smart, but always going off in different directions, mind racing, like 5 conversations going on in her head at once, and you're lucky if even one of them was with someone in the room, you know? So she had these pills, and they seemed to help. I was struggling in school, too, failing my history class. She offered to share the pills.
Did it help?
At first, yeah, it helped a lot. I had a kind of presence and clarity of purpose that I've never really had otherwise. I didn't want to stop taking them. One day I was sitting on my bed, and my notebook was open next to me on top of a textbook, and I was holding a pen in my hand. I remembered this moment from several years before. It came up so suddenly, with such precision, I couldn't put it out of my mind. I felt I had to stay with it until I recalled the whole thing perfectly. It's just a tiny nothing moment, my mom patching up the side of a birdcage, wanting some spare wire around the frame to reinforce it. I was fixated on that image and that sound, the cage kind of bending and twanging as she worked on it, rapping and nodding, scraping copper against paint like bowing a rubber violin with a railroad tie.
Huh.
That's so weird.
Yeah. My parents came back from a triple shift and found me still sitting there on the edge of the bed, pen in my hand, delirious with thirst, patching that birdcage with a 1,000-yard stare. Oh God,
Hey,
the
Mom.
laser lag is still there.
Could you grab me a drink, please? Thanks. You get some rest back there? I don't feel much rested myself. We'll get a break. Maybe tomorrow, huh?
So, what's the plan here?
You should try to get in touch with that clerk.
See what she thinks. I
What
don't
do
even
you-
remember what we were doing.
What do you think?
Well, we've got to get back on the Zero and bring these documents back to the clerk at the Bureau. I'm just not sure how to get there. The entrance at the farmhouse was gone.
Let's ask at the gas station if he knows another route.
Sure, okay. Worth a shot.
Whew.
Later, Julian.
No, he's going to come with us. The truck's engine sputters and dies as Conway guides it carefully off the road next to a fallen tree.
Don't tell me he needs gas. That's a fallen tree, alright.
Nothing to be done?
Can you take a look at it?
I guess I could poke around in there, but I don't know a damn thing about engines. Wait. Is this why you always leave your truck running? Top one.
Well, since it's up on a hill, so
I get the picture. Anyway, do you know this area? Anyone around here that could give us a hand? Yeah, sure.
looks like a road crew's been out here.
Hey, we should call someone. Do you know a good towing company? I like Lucky Boot. Lucky Boot is a neat name. Let's go with
Mhm.
that. Lucky Boot. Alright, I'll give him a call. I hope I can get a signal out here.
Shannon speaks into the large brick cell phone held up to her ear.
Hi. Hello, we've got an old, I want to say diesel? Old truck just stalled out.
Inaudible sleepy.
Yes. Did I wake you? Your card says open 23 hours a day.
This is the 1 hour.
Inquisitive. Yeah, that's why I'm calling. Exactly. That's all.
Obtuse.
Okay. That's... Okay, look, we need to get back on the road here, and I'm sure you're busy too. Yes. Thanks for the offer, but we really just need a tow is all. Neighborly. We already ate. As soon as you can get out here, we're off 65 somewhere, just kind of pulled up by this tree that fell over.
Specific?
Tangential.
Tangential.
Okay, well, I don't know any of those people, but that does sound like the right area. You've been over here before? Assertive, sure. Okay, whatever you need to do, how long do you think you'll be? Distant traffic sounds. Hello?
That was weird.
I think they're on their way. Guess we have some time to kill.
Pretty grim place to be stuck.
I wonder what happened. To the tree, I mean. Maybe it was just old. You know what used to happen to old trees out in the forest? Wildfire would come through and clear them all out. It made room for the new trees. But then people built houses, and we can't have fires going all the time. So we keep putting them out. And now we have all these old trees choking out the saplings. Starving the young trees for resources, just clinging on to life until snap. And then some road crew comes by and blasts the stump with dynamite. I think I'll take a look at that radio of yours. Maybe I can get it going again. No point just standing around.
Oh wow, old guy can really motor on the laser leg.
Are you bored? Are you? Yeah, most of the time. Let's play a game. What would you like to play? We can tell the future with this little tree branch. It's pretty easy. We just break off all the little sticks on each section and count through the different things that could happen. Okay, what should we ask? It should be about you. I can't do both the counting out and the questions.
What kind of job?
What kind of job will I have next? Ezra snaps the smaller branches away one at a time, counting out possibilities. Doctor, lawyer, taxman, driver. Driver. Okay, what else? What kind of bed will I sleep in tonight? Ezra snaps the smaller branches away one at a time, counting out possibilities. King size, queen size, twin size, bunk. Bunk. These other branches are too bare. Don't worry about it too much, it's just a bunch of sticks. Blue.
Hello, puppy. Bottom one.
Wish Julian wasn't so busy right now. He's got a lot of houses to carry still. Wish I could help more. How's it looking?
The leads are badly corroded, but I'm making progress. That's what I like about working on electronics. It gets easier as you go on.
Or you just get used to it.
Almost there. Oh, I hear a truck.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a truck at all. Let's talk to this guy.
Where are we staying tonight?
Bottom one.
I'll figure something out. Yeah, I know you will. Maybe it'd be nice to stay outside one of these nights. Power down just enough to rest, but keep an eye on the stars. Be there when the birds wake up.
Bottom.
Short circuits, capacitors popping in the morning dew. Yeah, you're right. Is the bike kind of dragging a bit tonight?
Bottom one.
Well, we had some trash to jettison. You know you'd miss me.
Bottom.
You're the good kind of trash, Cricket. Oh ho! We should write a song about it.
Top one.
A fugue for solo guitar. Maybe for an encore. Hey, yeah, didn't you play on this record? This is Dee Dee's record. Yeah, Dee Dee. Dee Dee. That guy is out of control. We should do a set with him. Only Johnny plays the notes I like. Aww. What time is it?
Is one of them literally a robot?
It's late. Harry's gonna flip out. That old man was born flipped. I just hope he can scrape up some tips. Hard enough when you get there on time. Or hard enough when you get there on time. I'll make sure Harry pays up. I have a way with him. I know. It looked like they could use some help.
Top one.
You gonna fix it up for them, Johnny? Oh, I don't know, a wrench from a cattle prod. I thought maybe you. And I guess it's up to some good Samaritan.
Top one.
Okay, we'll help them.
Be nice.
You're the best. And hey, maybe if they're not busy, they can fill some seats at the gig. You know, if no one's there, Harry will try and bilk us on our fee. Is that him?
Place the one I stole.
Top one.
Who? Lucky,
Hello, ma'am. Hello, Sugar Frosted.
Oh, the tow company? No. Yeah, they're too fast for a truck.
Sugar Frosted says he's drunk.
I bet they're getting chased by something. Maybe they just have somewhere important to be. Definitely getting chased by something.
Aw, hey, Blue.
Stay here. Careful, he's wicked with strangers. Ha, you.
Yes.
Who's chasing you? Hear that, Cricket? We're being pursued. I knew it. Who's after us? That's a good question. These folks seem to have a certain handle on the situation. So,
Dinosaurs.
sure, something like that. Listen, we've got 2 questions for you folks. What kind of people do you take us for? I mean, how do we strike you?
Ezra is such a weird kid. Top one.
You seem nice enough.
Ezra grew up with a giant eagle for a brother. Of course he's sweet.
What do you think, Cricket? Our generosity is unmistakable, ma'am. It radiates.
Oh, okay. Dreambuggy is female. Okay.
Mhm.
It does radiate. Now, here's another question for you. Do you like music?
Do you like music?
Ezra.
I don't like music, but I do like sounds.
Well, of course you do.
Say, they should come to our gig.
Oh,
What
you
an
didn't-
idea!
He didn't get to finish saying the thing you were saying.
We're just trying to get back on the zero. The zero! Is that a fact?
The 0?
Hush, Cricket. You folks are in luck. I happen to know just where you're going, and I'm happy to lead you there. We've been down there many a time riding this baby. The vicious cycle.
I like that.
Yes.
I like the weird vector, but alright.
That's what we call our bike.
We call it the vicious cycle.
Pretty tough, huh?
Only, it's just... See, we have a regular booking tonight, and, well, we're running late.
Very late.
That's what I told him. Now, the old man who runs this venue, Harry Esperanza, is a notorious withholder. And if we don't get a few bodies in the crowd, well, he'll go all penny pinching on us. Just a short set. We only have 1 song prepared. They're a terrible band.
You'll come to the gig, won't you?
Of course they will.
Of course we will.
It's that kind of game.
Adventure.
Of course they
Contemporary.
will.
Before you even answer.
Can you believe we almost didn't stop?
Hungry, old lady? I think I've got a crust in the sidecar here.
Crust.
But Johnny here saw you folks were in trouble. Well, it's all said and done. We stopped. That's all that matters. Our gig's at an old tavern called The Lower Depths. It's over there by old Charlie Moran Highway, just east off 65. We usually take a ride off the interstate around the petting zoo. Johnny likes the petting zoo.
I do like the petting zoo.
Now, let's see about that truck of yours. I feel certain we can get it running.
She's a smooth operator. Of course you do.
Okay, well, I guess we're,
I guess you're fixed up. You want to go east.
okay. Oh, hey, I just noticed this up here.
Oh, hey. Yeah.
Oh, the radio.
Here's Moran. Is that Moran?
Looking for the petting zoo.
Oh,
Assume that's the bike.
here's the petting zoo. Petting zoo is closed.
Aww.
Future giant eagles.
Giant eagles were unhappy about the existence of petting zoos.
As opposed to the upper deck. Never do an upper deeper.
No.
Feels a little like home, huh? It's not all bad memories. Gentler times in a twisted kind of way.
Kinda late. Are you sure they're open? Sure they're open. This is one of those places.
Let's head on in.
We are not saints, but we've kept our appointment. How many people can boast as much?
That's lovely, ma'am. Who said it?
A poet.
Ma'am, I hate to say it, but the cupboard is bare.
Have some vision, Cricket. Got 1, 2, 4 patrons.
Harry doesn't count.
One has a laser leg.
Well, we've done more with less. Top one.
What kind of music do you play?
It's like Cyrano Cole meets Ike Towner, but with a woman lead, and the keyboards are kind of ambient whisper wave.
A little bit more reverb.
There's some Dolly Crown in there too, like the early stuff before she joined the She Swingers.
Better drum programming, though. I don't know who those people are.
Of course you don't, Conway. Well, you'll hear it in a minute.
Walking around with the laser leg.
Sandwich.
Hello, sandwich.
A rough brick between two pieces of stale bread sits in the center of the table, surrounded by a ring of undisturbed dust.
Who was warning a brick sandwich?
Maybe they have Gorons that come in from time to time.
Goggles. A bulky set of black goggles sit on the edge of the table, next to an ashtray, a newspaper, and a few empty glasses.
Huh.
What is it?
Wait, so someone tried to make a sandwich
I
out of
guess.
Shannon's phone?
I don't know. Can I tell you a horrible secret? I never wear eye protection in the shop. It's dangerous, I know, but I'm always looking back and forth from my oscilloscope to whatever I'm working on, and the scope has this peculiar kind of hard-bordered glow that I just... Well, I've never found a pair of goggles or glasses that doesn't smear out that glow. At best, the lens softens everything so you can't quite find the edges.
Ah,
Huh?
I see the problem. You have to see the edges under a oscilloscope.
All I'm pouring tonight is Hard Times whiskey.
Times are tough.
Sure, I'll have a whiskey.
Coffee, right, old man? And I'll have a Coke.
No Coke, no coffee. Hard Times whiskey.
That's all he's got.
Say, shut the GD door, would you? I can't afford to run the AC all night. Sorry, Harry. Oh, it's you two. Where have you been? Never mind, listen to me. I can't keep this place open through the small hours of the night just waiting for musicians.
Gets lonely, doesn't it?
Yeah, kinda.
Been like this all night?
Everybody had to, clear out.
For reasons.
Let's get set up, huh? There's nobody here to listen to it. I can't pay for... We brought some people, Harry. A crowd is forming. Yeah, but also,
Don't you trust me, Harry?
Well, sure I trust you, Junebug.
No, miss, you seem very much like a con artist, really.
I know.
But I...
An amusing con artist, so grand.
Ezra flips eagerly through the jukebox's catalog of songs.
Who let Ezra into the bar? What do you think?
I don't know how to play this game.
Well,
Well,
you backhand it and you go, hey!
I know that... I know that here in Oklahoma, most bars are no one under 21 permitted. But I remember that back home, that, you know, I got to go into some bars with my mom. Like, you know, if we
Yeah,
were going to see a band perform or something.
Yeah, it varies, but this looks kind of divey.
Yeah.
Well, look, keep going. They're not giving the kid whiskey, so...
Walking around on the... What, no children's whiskey?
How's it looking out there? How are y'all feeling tonight?
Can we get a bit more reverb in the monitors? As I speak everywhere. Harry adjusts a soundboard behind the bar. How's that? Test. 1 1 1 3 50. Lamentation. Lamentation. Sounds good.
How's everybody doing? Anybody had a real bad night?
Oh, I like this band. They're
How about
ridiculous.
you, old man?
Yeah, real bad.
Got stuck with
We'll
a
try
laser
not to
leg.
make it too much worse.
This is a severe case of laser leg.
This is a song I heard in a tavern many years ago at an open mic night. Me and Johnny were out just riding around. You know, you like to drive around, old man?
That's my job.
Of course you do. So, we were out riding around and we passed this gaudy old tavern. I mean, it was a real dive. Busted up facade,
Weeds in the parking lot.
taps all dry,
Bats in the bar room.
scream! And run by this creaky bag of bones. Looked like the only thing keeping him awake was the fear of death. So glad to be back here in the lower depths.
Hey now.
You're a rock star.
So we stopped for an early drink, and there was a lady singing right here on stage. And the song she sang, well, it stuck with us, and now it's a regular part of our repertoire. Never got that lady's name, but she seemed like a sweet gal, and she had a voice like Scotch whiskey, and we just hope we do her song justice. So, here it is. Too Late to Love You, Remy No. Remy No.
Too late to love you, Remy, no.
A song called Remy No.
No, cat, dang it, why? Remy, no, Remy, no, no, cat, why? Remy, ow, jeez!
Well, that came out of nowhere.
Where'd she get that? Oh, it's a flat back.
saw Kim's band a couple of times.
That's right.
Not gonna key tie in there.
I like this.
Go ahead and narrate that since it's probably not legible.
I want to finish my burger.
When you left me, I never should have met you. I wish we'd met before. You get robot voice now. Moon!
This is not the sort of music you'd expect to hear in a dive bar in rural Kentucky.
Also, I can't help notice that this flashback is clearly the lower depth.
What?
I was startled by the thing falling over.
Why did the moon just reverse?
Hold on, I'm going to.
I think we have a rogue moon situation on our hands here.
The whole thing is rotating.
Oh, wait.
It's not the moon.
Oh, this is.
Oh!
Oh! It's a dialogue choice.
Oopsie! Moon!
I wish we'd met before. Also, that beer sign over there.
Okay, now
Looks like
it's
strong bad.
It
It
does.
does. It very does. Medium. Started 3 different versions of this.
Apparently.
There are more than 3 versions.
Something wrong with that voice.
There's some odd modulation to it.
They turned up the reverb.
Yeah, but like the timbre of her voice is just kind of odd.
Might be somewhat procedural. It's almost sounding like a relatively well-tuned voice generator.
Lisette?
Yep. And sports.
Well, hope you liked it.
I've heard it before.
I don't doubt that. You look like you've spent an evening or two in a grimy old tavern. Listen, we appreciate you folks sticking around for the show. There's nothing more wretched than playing sad songs to an empty room. We've just got to get our fee from Harry, and then we'll get you headed to the, Zero. Oh, Harry, I think that went pretty well.
I'd say the crowd was into it. Reverential.
Wrapped. I guess the usual fee is about right. We'll let you get back to your business.
Well, that's just the... Damn it, I was trying to tell you two I can't pay. They cleaned me out. I've got nothing left but a GD IOU from the distillery. An IOU? Yeah, I traded them for some whiskey, and I guess I had more surplus credit. So I got this note to get some more from them later on. Must have been a hell of a trade. I had to. Gotta keep this place open somehow, goddammit. Watch your language, Harry. Could you pay them with your IOU? Well,
Very contemporary. Very astute. How about it, Harry? Let's push some paper around.
Well, it's just... I can collect on it here when they bring more whiskey up. But for you to cash in, you'd have to go down to... you know. Down to the distillery. Down to Hard Times. And, you know, it's... you've got to take the Zero.
So that's what we'll do. How do we get there? You said you knew how to get there. No, I don't believe that's exactly what I said. It is exactly what you said.
Are you folks sure you want to head down there? I've never been myself, but I hear... people hear things. Rumors.
Yeah.
Do you know another way to Dogwood Drive? Dogwood? Got a letter, did you? I've got a stack of them. Well, okay, sounds like the Zero's your only course now.
Harry, you're alright.
If only.
Aw.
You got a radio in your car?
Yep.
Well, here's what you've got to do. Take a left out of the parking lot, and then just fiddle around on your dial until you hear something familiar, but... I mean, familiar but strange. You know the feeling? Like, I used to go hunt with my uncle out in the mountains, and now I watch these nature programs. They're filmed in the mountains, and there's the deer, I know all the plants and every kind of tree, but something just doesn't look right. And it's even stranger for being so close to familiar. Something like that. You'll know it when you hear it. Fix that strange but familiar station on your dial, drive for a bit, and then turn around when the station cuts out. I mean, right then. Hope you folks find what you're looking for, eventually. Always a pleasure, Harry. Is it?
I thought she knew how to get to the Zero, but was asking him how to get to Hard Times from the Zero. Because, you know, navigating
Isn't Hard
involves-
Times what the people at the Bureau were talking about? Like the delivery boys from the distillery?
Yeah.
being all weird?
Mm-hmm.
Ah. I thought navigating Zero was a piece of...
This station doesn't quite match that bartender's description. Definitely weird, though. Well, let's keep scanning. He said we'd know it when we heard it. What's this station? I've never heard of this before. Sounds like horses. No, horses running? A race?
Lisette and Ira had some horses years back.
Yeah? I've always been a little afraid of them. They're so big and... I don't know. You look in their eyes and they're almost human. Like they're human and animal at the same time. Since they've been domesticated so long, I guess. Well, that fits familiar but strange for me. Harry said we just drive until it cuts out. Or drive until horses.
It's Fry Horse. Hey,
Oh, that
fellas
was
been
where the
to-
station cut out, too.
Fellas been to Equus Wells?
The horses.
That was weird.
Oh wait, or do we turn around?
Yeah. Hall of the Mountain King?
Interesting.
In the Hall of the Mountain King, Mountain King, Mountain King, in the Hall of the Mountain King, do 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 do. In the Hall of the Mountain King, Mountain King, Mountain
The bridge
King.
ends abruptly, crumbling in disrepair.
Crumbling
in
in
despair.
despair.
Awesome.
They don't keep the roads up too well, do they? Not down here. So empty. Just let it go, I guess. Time to cut him loose, ma'am?
Well, now I'm having fun.
Ha. Okay. Slow night anyway.
Good. I like them.
Nope. Oh, rope.
Look at Nope.
It just says nope.
There's a nope here.
A loop
See?
of decayed rope is coiled on the banister. Some rotted sections have been smoothed over with a fine dust.
Ew.
Computers.
Just a pile of computers.
Broken computer monitors are heaped precariously among the rocks.
Broken rocks are heaped precariously among the computers. Screens.
Nope, nope, nope.
Try just clicking up there. There you go.
Pet carrier.
Some fire.
A pet carrier for a cat or small dog has been left by the path. A calcified rag wadded in the corner may once have been a blanket.
Calcified.
This place is kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it calcified? Did the dog have hard pee?
Daniel?
It's like hard water, but yellow?
No.
A hiking backpack leans against a rock. It's empty except for a dusty bag of cat food and a few punch cards.
Man, Conway can really motor on that laser light. Who's Amy?
I don't know.
triangles within triangles down here. Shifting, intersecting, overlaying. Isn't it romantic? Let's see. You're here to steal back the love of a boy you once knew when you were too young to recognize the movements of the heart. And you're escorting her, pretending to have her interests at heart, while really, you're in love with the young woman as well, so you've agreed to help him conspire to win her affections, but it's just a ploy to set him up for embarrassment and diminish him out of the picture. I'm into it. Well, maybe I still have the knack. I used to be really good at this. I had 11 novels published, from The Billionaire's Bidding to Fields of Longing. Real hot, bodice-ripping stuff, you know? I miss those days in my Lexington studio apartment. Just me and my thesaurus steaming up the windows.
You were doing what?
I'm not sure you should be listening to this, kid.
I'm not listening.
I'm not listening. I'm not listening.
But of course it couldn't last. You know, suddenly it was all computers everywhere you went. I thought I might be able to do something with that. Inject a little libido into those ugly page boxes. So I went back to the university and I studied human-computer interaction. And then I picked up Donald's research assistantship here as a tester, debugging. In my off hours, I played around with the doomed love story at the core of our little simulation. That seemed to amuse Donald, so I kept at it. I'm afraid I tinkered too much, made it too complex. Now our work is never done. We don't even have to add any new functionality. The bugs just grow on their own. Too complex. I miss those days in my Lexington studio apartment.
Okay. How about that fire?
A woman in a tattered cardigan looks furtively at the other people around the fire.
Oh, there are more people around this fire.
Huh. I guess it won't actually say anything about the fire.
Hey, Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Old man, look at my life. 24 and there's so much more. Donald puffs on a smoldering pipe while half mumbling, half singing an old country tune. Where the old green river runs through hills and caves not known to us, down to that sunless sea. Oh, who are you?
What's that song?
Oh, you've got a verse of my absent-minded warbling. It's just a song from my youth. Something a dear friend used to sing to herself as we hacked on crystal radios in the boiler room. In old Kentucky, where my love a lovely old home did build for me, and where the old green river runs through hills and caves not known to us, down to that sunless sea. From there on, it's all meandering rivers and romantic greenery. That is, what were we talking about?
Something about an aquifer.
What's that computer over there? Looks pretty vintage.
It looks like a harmless old computer, doesn't it? Like some beat-up mainframe exhumed from a university basement and left in this cave to rot. Or to flower. No, it's no ordinary computer. I've modified it extensively, and in some pretty experimental ways, believe you me. And that's to say nothing of the software, but you look like a technically minded sort of person. Tell me, do you know the effects of mold growth on diffused base transistor circuitry?
Daniel, what's the actual answer?
Diffused base.
Is there an actual answer?
I'm not sure what he means by diffused base. Base is one of the pins?
The mold would burn up. Let's just pick one.
Exactly. It burns, and oh, the sweet smoke that issues from it. But it also leaves a sticky residue to seep through the machine, forming new connections and creating new circuits. The computer is no longer the pure domain of language or mathematics, but entropy. Thwarted and feeble, we hammer at this derelict keyboard. My name is Reason, King of Kings. but we are mere tourists in the ruins. Our keystrokes echo off into the tunnels, boundless and bare to the caves the caves stretch far away. We are too late, always too late. What? Did you say something?
You were about to tell us about the software.
Oh, the software. My life's work. Xanadu. You've heard of it? Perhaps you've read about it in a journal. It's been years since I published anything. Xanadu has evolved significantly since I explained its data structures in literary multitudes, hypertextual narrative as post-structural witness. Evolved, and then deteriorated. I'm afraid you are too late, fellow hypertext enthusiast. As the mold accumulated on the circuitry, Xanadu blossomed for a moment into something holy and enchanted. Then all the charm was broken. Do you have any idea what it's like to spend your life building something and then sit powerlessly as your work declines into ruin?
Not really.
Ah, then I hope you never have occasion to be haunted by the ghosts of missed opportunities. Well, I have my own ghosts, and I keep them in there, in Xanadu. It's running on that glorious, dusty machine. Take a look if you'd like. Too late to do anything but smoke and reminisce anyway. Far too late to do anything. You know that when I first... No, I mean, if this cave were larger, could it... Now I'm getting ahead of myself. I've got it. How would you characterize this space? The one we're standing in now.
Ezra.
Kinda spooky, but I'm not scared. Spooky for a baby. I think we'd all agree that's a fair assessment. How could... Wait, let's unpack that for a moment. What makes it spooky? No, how do you know it's spooky? Or would be spooky for a baby?
All of the above.
The shadows. Sure, that's... But they're not just shadows, right? I mean, they could be. They're projections, or maybe they're anatomies. How's that? Can you tell where we are now? Surrounded by creeping anatomies?
I guess
Don't
that's
use
like
that
something that
phrase.
Amy would write about.
Close your eyes. Will you close your eyes?
Only if you close yours.
Okay, I can do it from memory. Good, now. You are standing at the top of a rocky peak. A tongue of flame licks the shadowy anatomies of... Where are we? Oh, here again. How disappointing.
Sorry to disappoint.
No, it's my fault. I shouldn't be so attached to the future. It's always getting in the way of my work. Better to be in the moment, carefully observing and documenting, with no attachment. Let me give you an example. I was a grad student studying statistics when I started working with Donald on his project. He said we needed someone with a more analytical mind to do the descriptive writing. Someone who would appreciate the cave descriptions as real labor instead of taking their authorial voice for granted. Donald warned me it would be long hours of typing painstakingly detailed descriptions into the computer. And I've put in the hours, believe me. I've put in the hours. I've described every facet of this cave in such detail that sometimes I don't know if I'm reading or looking, writing or exploring. Often in the dark and lonely moments, I worry that in my sleep I've transcribed rooms from my dreams into the system. How would we know? They could only be entered with precise, faithful detail. That's all I know how to write, and all I dream about is caves.
Some sort of cave story?
I only dream of caves.
What's the description of him?
A man wearing large glasses inspects the ceiling.
Of course he does.
So he dreams of caves and writes stories about them.
A massive gate constructed out of scavenged materials blocks passage down the far side of the spire. Roberta,
kingdom is in peril. Oh my god!
It's Roberta
It's a King's
Williams.
Quest.
Yeah, it's Roberta Williams.
Oh my god!
The,
Hey!
the
Be
last
careful, Graham!
the last two were probably game makers too. In fact, I bet the last who created Zork?
To Google.
I don't remember, but I certainly know Zork.
Look it up.
I'm looking it up. Zork.
Actually, there may have been an older reference to, like, Adventure.
Tim Anderson, Mark Blank, Dave Liebling, Bruce Daniels.
Dang. Try Adventure. Except Adventure wasn't a text-based game, was it?
Yes, it was. It was
It was?
the first of them.
What is it that I'm thinking of that was on the Atari then?
Ah. Adventure featured stuff like Bruise and the Bed Quilt and the Maze of
William
Fuzzy
Crowther
Passages.
and Don Woods. That was... Oh yeah, that was based on the Mammoth Cave system.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
But there wasn't a... Oh, no, Don.
Don.
Woods. Donald.
Done.
There we
Done. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well played, Rutera. Well played.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, that's totally him.
Yeah.
So do you have to look out for Bruise while driving into
So
Zero?
what was his name? Andrew?
Uh-huh.
Huh, he's not mentioned in... There's not an Andrew Means, so...
Or maybe, it wouldn't be Ultima.
Let's see, Legacy.
Michael Lund says Andrew might be a reference to Andrew C. Greenberg of the Wizardry series.
Ah, there you go. That sounds reasonable to me.
Uh-huh.
I'll take that answer. Roberta laughs.
Well, what else is new?
Where's the kingdom?
Daventry.
You're in the throne room. There are 3 legendary treasures hidden throughout the castle that will restore these ruins to their former glory.
What do they look like?
She's messing with you, kid.
There's
Roberta
magic
laughs.
mirror in the...
Enchanted jewelry, talismans, a magic mirror that prevents the future, a
Prevents?
magic shield that protects the bearer from age, a magic chest that's always filled with...
Gold coins?
I never went to the university. I was an independent scholar. It means I took to the public libraries like a beachcomber. I studied fairy tales. And then I came to work for Donald. I paid the bills, rubbed leathering elbows with academics, scraped black mold from cave walls. Finally, now I carry the firewood into senescence. The kingdom is in peril.
Firewood?
Firewood.
Mold?
The place where nobody dared to go. The love that we came to know. They call it Xanadu.
Anyway,
Okay. Baffling control panels are sheltered from the elements with a worn tarp. A closet-sized wall of knobs and wires looms behind the machine, humming faintly. An electric typewriter is the only easily recognizable component.
how long have they been working on that thing?
Yeah.
How do you think we get it started? This old thing? Maybe there's a hand crank around. Oh, it has a run key.
Boop. Oh, we were supposed to have gone here? Huh.
Yeah. Xanadu.
I thought we were headed for hard times.
Now that I'm here, now that you're near, in
The Den of Haru?
Ardo. Pop. You are standing at the Mal You is fortress.
This thing is in rough shape.
Try blowing on it. Conway blows some dust off the keyboard and presses the return key. You are by the road, small.
Standing at the side of the road, or a small brick building around you.
It's the opening of Zork.
Yeah, it is.
Sweet.
Okay, that's worse.
Is that Moose?
It kind of looks like a house. Type house.
House.
That is not a valid.
A verb I recognize.
Yeah, a verb I recognize.
Bed quilt. Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
bed quilt.
Not the bed quilt. The bed quilt's crazy.
You are in bed quilt. East, west.
Dennis.
With something everywhere.
So we'll remove the computer.
Lying on their backs and
They're carrying on their back. Huh. I don't know.
That the see, everything's on here now.
Did that say Lula?
Huh.
Should I turn this down a little bit? It kind of hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're Donald. We inventor.
Sorry for the audio assault, everyone. That was
Oh yeah, because Lula worked with the Donald.
Mm-hmm.
Got the machine and
System.
the systems are there
Borrowed.
from the school of...
It's all good. No.
the school of he who waits behind the wall.
The typewriter looks like a face with a mouth full of teeth.
Yeah, it does.
I don't think we're translating that one.
Let's get
Cards.
transcribed.
Described from the Read Him.
It's to...
Typewriter.
Add the paper. Reader. And you've got dispatch.
How's your back holding up? Damn, I can't tell what she's saying. Oh, I have my portable degausser with me. Old systems like this one can build up a remnant magnetic field that sort of warps everything along whatever pattern it's settled into, you know? The degausser clears that up by suddenly shaking the magnetic field around until it's uniform again. That's how I like to think of it anyway. Like shaking a snow globe. Worth a shot.
Paradise, Illinois. Wow, that's big.
Hey.
Hall of the Mountain Gink.
Mountain Gink, Mountain Gink. In the Hall of the Mountain Gink. Do-do-do-do-do-do. first one appeared to work nicely. And
Yeah.
then I did a second time and not so good.
Well, okay.
Stalactites adorn the ceiling, keeping
Pirates?
pirate. Yeah, and pirates something the corner of Mount
Sir.
is where you
Set up your equipment.
premature end of file. Press any key to quit.
Hey, that's from the mines. Stalactites adorn the ceiling.
You're right.
Must be where you set up your equipment. This is a lost cause. What a piece of junk.
Kind of an oracle, though. It knows things. Not sure why it knows things. Still in the hall of the Mountain King, Mountain King, Mountain King.
Bizarre. What was that about Lula? Maybe Donald knows how to clear it up a bit. Let's go talk to Donald.
Donald.
Donald, please translate computer.
Let's go on an adventure.
Help computer.
Hey kid, I'm a computer.
I need tungsten
Stop
to
all
live.
downloading.
Tungsten.
I don't know nothing about computers except the one I got at home. My mom put some games on it. So, you've seen it for yourself. What's left of it?
Pretty busted.
The chalky bones of a beautiful dream. But you can see what it once was, can't you? Can't you? There was so much more to it. Ornate labyrinths of memory, exhaustively simulated parallel cave ecosystems, real artificial intelligence built on sophisticated neural network algorithms. The birds in the forest could flock in 3 dimensions. The bats could learn to sing. And then it began to crumble when the strangers came. At first we only heard them, walking heavily through the caves, dragging things around, hammering and clattering their tools. Sometimes we heard working songs, never
Works.
close enough to make out real voices, just their echoes cascading wordlessly in the tunnels. Then we caught a glimpse of one.
What do they look like?
What did they look like? They look like...
Dwarf Fortress.
No, it's too horrible. I shouldn't be telling you about this. They're dangerous. They're strange. I should never have tried to outwit them. They were always too much for me, but it's too late now. If I'd listened to Lula,
Lula? Lula Chamberlain.
Yes, of course. Oh, do you know her?
We're looking for her now.
No, she's gone now. She left. We built this together, did you know? Lula, Joseph, and I. Lula's gone from here, but still in there, in Xanadu. I don't know where Lula is now, or how to get there from here, or how to unwind that damned tangled highway, but Xanadu before its ruin was faultless as an oracle, a shrine to perfect simulation. Until... but maybe... those weird interlopers destroyed my Xanadu. Perhaps they know how to fix it. It may be dangerous. I've sent many eager seconds to negotiate with them, to repair my masterpiece. Back there, that tunnel. Push back the vines, crawl out into the darkness. Watch your step. After a while, you'll feel the terrain change beneath your hands and knees, from rock to crystal, and then to mud. Then you'll be out. That's where the strangers come from. Now leave me alone. I still have a bit of mold in my pipe, and a few dreams left.
Smoke and mold. thought we were looking
church
for the
steeple
distillery.
and cemetery.
You know, weird people from a distillery sounds more and more like a dwarf fortress.
Oh, the distillery was in a
oh,
church.
yeah.
A churchyard.
Uh-huh.
Sheesh.
He still has the laser leg. Why do you still have the laser leg, Conway?
It works pretty well. I can really motor with it.
Well, this can't be right. Looks like an old church.
Worth a look inside.
I guess.
I want to stay outside. Why? I think I saw a lizard.
I'll stay with him. Okay, we'll make it quick.
Ah!
Oh, God.
That sounds are looking.
Find any lizards?
I wasn't really looking.
Nice cover story, kid.
Is that guy your boyfriend?
No. What's a boyfriend, anyway? It's a word people use because everyone else does. Doesn't mean anything to me. He's my cricket. See? It means something. It's specific.
Why is she calling him creepy?
I want to be
It's weird.
specific.
I think you are. It's the middle of the night, and here you are in a graveyard. Any other kid your age would be in bed. You've just got to make choices and own them. You think I was born this foxy? I came off the assembly line about a half-foot shorter and all gray. No eyes. They were gonna have us clearing out the old mine. Doesn't matter what you look like under all that rock and water. A bunch of gray shadows shoveling and hammering invisibly at the walls, draining the tunnels. Johnny found some gear, an old tape player. We hid away in an underwater cave and listened to it over and over, and we knew we weren't miners. We slipped out onto the road, just these two featureless shadows, and ever since that night we've been detailing, coloring in, specifying. I feel more like myself every day. Well, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it sound like she and Johnny are
Robots.
strangers.
She could be speaking
Indoor
very,
robots.
very figuratively.
Very figuratively.
She
Well-
is a musician.
Yeah, but she also talked about
Yeah, the,
shorted
yeah.
whatevers.
I think
And it would make sense that, you know,
it could
they
have
would
been their
send...
music equipment
Yeah, it could have been.
because they live out of the bike.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure the game's not gonna confirm. It's
No.
just how it do.
Let's gonna leave it open. Maybe they move robots.
Bottom one.
Bottom one?
Yes.
I think I should be a musician too.
Is that right? I'll have to keep an eye on you. Oh, do
Probably
we
should-
not get to look at the headstone? No.
Probably should have done that first before talking to someone.
Yeah.
Dang.
Always look first. There you are. What'd you find in there? It wasn't... Hey, what's going on? You look flushed, old man.
It doesn't matter.
Right. Okay. We got what we need. Let's go.
What happened in there? Naughty nuns or something?
What?
It would certainly lend some awkwardness to the proceedings.
Trace an orbit round the road, and close your eyes with holy dread, for we on mold and whiskey fed, and drank from rivers down below.
We found your strangers. We know how to fix your damned machine. But I'm not sure it was worth it.
Oh, soon the visions will return. What have you found?
They say you need to type in a specific phrase to restore it.
Oh, bit of a poem to rally the illustrious spirit. Of course. Well then, type away. By all means, do not hesitate. Type away.
Type friend and enter.
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
What's the goat? It's just there. You can look at it.
Goat? Oh.
Okay.
I think that's the gate that they went through to go see the people.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the same description.
Yeah.
Okay, we're supposed to type dome in air. Weird. Just following instructions. Here we go.
Kitty, kitty, kitty.
Kitty, kitty, kitty,
Kitty, kitty, kitty.
kitty, kitty, kitty.
Kitty,
Meow,
kitty,
meow,
kitty,
meow,
kitty.
meow, 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 meow. Kitty,
There's a
kitty,
cat on the screen, you can tell.
kitty.
And that terminal is weird. Okay, so there's some decals in the game. Might not need it though, that looks sad.
Maybe degauss if it gets all wavy on me again.
Yeah.
Remy, that is a piece of plastic.
She likes plastic.
At end of road.
At the end of food.
There's some extremely cute happening off screen.
You are standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest.
Check out the building.
Enter a building. Inside building.
I feel like looking at this text, that Xanadu is kind of in some way responsible for Zero. Oh, that's how we Dogwood drives in this game.
Or just a product of it.
You are inside a building, a storage shed for the National Park Service. There is a sensible modern electric lantern nearby.
Get the lantern.
Get ye lantern. Taken. Exit building. Enter forest. That's not something you can enter.
Just type a direction.
North. In forest.
That's a good scene.
You are in open forest, with a deep valley to one side.
Is
Can we climb a tree? Climb tree. I don't think much is to be achieved by that. Sorry. Can we dig a hole? Dig a hole. You can't see any such thing. Pretty limited oh, sorry, that's here.
pretty limited vocabulary.
South. You're in forest.
Hey, it's a maze.
Dennis?
East.
East. You're in forest. Lula is here, soldering replacement components in a small handmade radio.
Oh, we should talk to her.
Ask Lula how she is doing.
Hi, Donald. I'm getting the strangest interference out here. I've been tuning the radio circuits gradually as we go, swapping capacitor values and tweaking resistor networks. It was working for a while, but everything I can pick up sounds so distant and muffled.
Lula hands you the radio.
Well, maybe you'll have better luck. You're good at this stuff. Just don't forget to give it back. South?
You're in forest. Joseph is here, tapping with a small stylus on a modified pocket braille slate. A small gray kitten, no more than a few weeks old, dozes comfortably on top of his backpack.
Aww.
Maybe he has something to say.
Talk to the kitten.
Remy, leave that alone.
Talk to the kitten.
Kitty. You're the smallest beast.
Remy. It's plastic.
Plastic that you can chew on.
That didn't work. Oh, here she comes. There
Yeah.
you go.
Listen. Donald, I was just transcribing your footsteps. Sounded like... Joseph runs his finger along the index card he's been tapping on from right to left. Long, weary song, drearily gone, dearly gone. You beat a melancholy shuffle through these woods, Donald. Ha! I've been noting down the sounds of the forest with an ear for speech and an inborn filter for poetry, I suppose. So maybe it's me being melancholy after all. I'm eager to see what the poetic subsystem makes of these punched cards.
West?
At edge of hole. Remy, get down from there. Alternately, hand me that back.
That's a familiar looking
Remy.
hole.
Stop.
Okay.
Yes, on the piano.
Oh.
Which is what she was chewing. You are at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to rock as the ground sinks into darkness. Come on up, Ruby.
She's not
You're
gonna
just like
listen.
zeros.
The computer tied to your upper back slickens with sweat in the afternoon sun. The rope slung around your shoulder is slipped under the strap of your backpack, digging uncomfortably against your collarbone.
Shine the lamp into the hole?
Yell into the hole first to see if there are pirates.
Oh, Ezra.
That amuses me. But yeah, shine the lamp into the hole.
Hey,
Light lamp.
it looked like pirates came up in the scrambled text.
Yep. Your lamp is now on. Shine lamp in hole. The lamplight only reaches a few yards down the hole where the rock is coated in a slimy black mold. You can tell that the walls are too slick to climb safely without assistance.
Check price.
Yeah, sure. Let's check for pirates.
Yell. I only understand you as far as wanting to yell. Yell, any pirates down there? No response. Maybe leave that with
Sorry, kid. You're batting 0 today.
me. At least we know there's no pirates.
Always good, but hate to get interdicted.
Try using the rope to climb down safely.
Yes.
Tie rope to tree.
Charge frame shift drive.
The rope is tied snugly to a tree trunk. Down. Your feet slip a few times on the slimy rock, but you remain stable. Lula and Joseph descend carefully after you.
Oh no, the bed quilt. The thing about the bed quilt in Adventure is it literally always led to a different room. It was fully like random. So if you had to go through the bed quilt to get somewhere, you had to keep going through the bed quilt again and again. Meanwhile, your lamp was running out of oil.
Oh, that's interesting. Notice the behavior of the cursor out here, but then in here.
Yep.
That's kind of cool.
It matches.
Uh-huh. You're in bed quilt, a long a long east-west passage with holes everywhere. Joseph and Lula remove the computer equipment they are carrying on their backs and begin setting up.
That's the last trip. So everything's down here now. Set up the gear.
Set up gear. I only understand you as far as wanting to set the up above.
Set the up above?
Lula looks pensive.
What's the gear they're carrying?
Ask Lula about gear.
Sure, Donald. We may as well take inventory. I've got the tape machine and the synthesizer parts we borrowed from the School of Music. It's all tuned up to my voice, so we won't have to type so much. Joseph has his slate and the punched cards he's transcribed from the poems we read him. He's got the typewriter and the paper tape reader. And you've got the CRT display. How's your back holding up? Ask her about the cave.
Ask Lula about cave.
Having second thoughts? I don't blame you. It's unsettling down here. Weird acoustics. Earlier, as we were climbing down, I thought I heard voices for a moment. Or, not voices themselves, but the echoes of voices, singing. Some kind of eerie, tuneless working song.
Hi-ho! Hi-ho! It's off to work we go!
Glad I'm not down here alone.
Joseph looks uncomfortable.
Jealous.
Hey, Donald, can you help me, wire up these generators?
I'll assemble the synthesizer, but I could use some help with the serial interface if you have time.
Really?
You hear an unfamiliar echo from a tunnel to the east.
Maybe if we help Lula, she'll have some more to tell us.
Help Lula.
Could you for a minute?
Oh yeah. Thanks, Donald. I can never remember which color lead goes to which pin. Lula begins unpacking a box of wires and terminals. You think there are paintings down here? Cave paintings, I mean. Maybe some old pottery shards from when the world was young and early men and women huddled in these caves to... Do you know, I think cultural fossils are the saddest fossils. Sadder than animal remains, I mean. We might come across a petrified mollusk or a partial dinosaur footprint and we say, there was a point of contact here where a body touched the earth, and maybe there's a little bit of evidential garbage, but the life who owned that body never cared and has moved on anyway. And that's the end of it. But suppose I shine my lantern on one of these walls and I see a crude painting, thousands of years old, 2 men and a woman, charcoal and blood on rock. Someone put that there to keep something on the rock after she passed. A hope, a relationship, or a moment. A worry, maybe. A regret. She made a painting to keep something alive for her. But like that dead mollusk and that itinerant dinosaur, she had to move on. Whatever it was is gone. And now we're looking at this painting, this dangling copy with no original. Ah! You're interrupted by the ominous echo of a grating something. My ear itches.
Scraping sound from the east, louder than before.
Ah, okay. What the hell was that?
Horrors! Demons in the deep!
Let's check it out.
The king has arrived. Disguised as a pheasant.
As a pheasant?
What can I say? Dwarves be great.
Got cold in here again. Someone turned the heat down.
I don't believe so.
He may have turned himself down.
You rush down the tunnel with Joseph and Lula close behind.
How do you like all this, kid? Bottom one.
There's a lot of reading, but I'm really good at that anyway. The tunnel narrows, and soon you find yourself crawling on your hands and knees. Navigating the tunnel gradually becomes more awkward as smooth rock gives way to jagged crystalline surfaces. Scratches and taps echo from the end of the tunnel, some short and piercing, some slower and groaning as if dampened by water. The tunnel opens into a large room. In Crystal Room.
Ah!
You are in a large, irregular chamber. The walls, floor, and ceiling are covered with crystalline projections. Strangers are here, scraping black mold from the crystals. They look up when you enter. One of them seems about to speak. Finally!
Let's listen to what he says.
The stranger reaches for a box he's carrying and presses a plastic button. The box whirs to life, and a crackly voice blurts something unintelligible, then slows to a deep gurgle. He looks at his companions momentarily in confused disappointment. Then he returns his awful gaze to you. Joseph flees through a tunnel to the north. Lula flees through a tunnel to the northeast.
Follow Lula again.
Oh, God.
Run north. Lula's headlamp scans across the northern passage as you run. Soft shadows loom perplexingly from floor to ceiling.
Perplexingly.
You feel around to distinguish shadows from crystals, but eventually find yourselves cornered. You have hit a dead end.
Who are they?
Wait, when did Lula get here?
We found Lula.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but
different font.
Yeah, it is different font. It's the same font as people who are standing with us.
Oh! Okay, isn't Lula suddenly behind us?
Comfort her.
Comfort Lula. You reassure Lula that the strangers are harmless.
Are you sure?
Maybe that was an accident.
Maybe you're right. It sounds like they've gone back to work. Alright. Let's try to pass them quickly now. Don't make eye contact. Then we'll find our way back to the equipment.
Did they have eyes?
You are in bed quilt along east-west passage with holes everywhere. Lula is here, panting for breath.
Did they follow us? Where's Joseph? Search for him.
Search. I only understood you as far as wanting to search.
We have to be more specific. With the equipment?
Search equipment. The various computer and audio equipment casts angular shadows into the tunnels as you scan slowly across the pile. Nothing.
Down one of the tunnels?
Search tunnel.
Get the leg
You
up
select a
on it?
tunnel at random. Your lantern illuminates several sets of footprints in the moldy cave floor, but they are impossible to identify. Joseph climbs down from the rope still tied above. That damn sound, those damn voices! I don't even know what direction I was running. I wove through that network of tunnels. I ran my hand along the wall, always turning left, but every turn and every rock felt the same. For all I knew, I was running in circles. Finally, I ended up here, and I hid. I panicked. I heard you talking, but I didn't think I could trust my senses. But listen, there's one thing I have to tell you. While I was out there lost in the tunnels and caves, I came across the Zero, and I had no idea. It's like a real place. They pick up garbage, they deliver mail, they go to work and to church, but it has an awful kind of emptiness. Wandering through, I heard horrible echoes. Weird images got burned in my mind's eye. A television, a scarecrow, a crystal, a feather, a sandwich, a CRT monitor, a bottle, an anchor.
That's a zero, alright.
Lula looks down at her feet.
What's up with Lula?
Ask Lula what is up.
Nothing. Just... Joseph, you sound... disturbed.
Lula, you've heard the same damn stories I have. It doesn't matter now, damn it. I'm leaving. To hell with all of it.
Get him back on track. We're so close.
Divert Joseph's attention. You shout something at Joseph about the project you are working on together. You'll die in these damned cold caves. And what about those men? You know they'll come back.
Tell him we can find somewhere to start a fire.
Suggest finding somewhere safe to start a fire. You shout something at Joseph about going deeper into the caves. Did you hear their voices? They're not... They'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface.
Stop! Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damned cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too, but I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon and I'm heading down to Zero. I think we need her to stay.
Ask Lula to stay. You plead with Lula about your continued collaboration.
I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail, and then you can see what your damned machine does with it.
Lula and Joseph have left. In tunnels. Abandoned by your collaborators, your confidants, your companions, the only two among your colleagues with whom you've ever trusted the gift of your friendship.
Pretty thick. Sounds like Beardo had his heart broken.
You wander the tunnels alone, dragging along the components of your unrealized masterpiece, combing the underground passages for a new site in which to realize your vision.
Sounds like a genius.
A genius. What?
How do you mean? Vain.
Edwardy.
Vanity. Ain't it the truth? My aunt in Remedios, before she got into the whole ethnomusicography thing, she was a painter. Mostly nudes in oil. She had this model. I'll never forget him. Big, classically physical guy. Looked like he was about to storm Troy. He made everyone call him the Colonel.
11 herbs and spices.
Weaver and I saw this guy naked a lot. You couldn't help it. He was always posing somewhere in the house, chasing the light from room to room while Aunt Remedios made a sketch of his profile or worked on the right mix of pigments for his abdomen. The Colonel had this magnificent hair, long black hair that ran down just to the bottom of his shoulder blades. One evening, he was standing next to an open window in the back of the house. The sun was setting. Early spring, I think. It was kind of windy. Aunt Remedios was trying to get his hair right. She kept arranging it, like half in front and half behind, running over his shoulder and laying across his chest in this very specific way. But it itched him or something, and he'd do this weird, indignant shuffle thing, or the wind from the open window would push it around. Or he'd start and turn his neck when Weaver or I ran by, and everything would be tangled again. The final product was a swirl of black lines, billowing around the top of his neck. Weird thing is, I don't even remember his face now. Just that black swirl. Probably the best one she ever painted.
Hall of the Mountain Gink.
Computer, why are you tracing your genesis? This machine is navel gazing, isn't it?
Omphaloscepsis. After what may have been years, you stumble out of a tunnel into a cavernous open space. Stalactites adorn the ceiling like grotesques. In the center of the room is an enormous rocky spire. This is where you will set up your equipment and establish your legacy.
Officially displaying yourself.
Now is the time to continue your work. Research assistance, 0. Realism index, 37%. Romance index, 2%. Mold coverage, 0%. You may hire a new research assistant, assign assistance to a task, or sleep until tomorrow.
Oh, the
Hire
game
a
is
new
very
research
interesting.
assistant.
Hire.
Interesting research.
Uploading job advertisement to university message boards. You have hired Weaver, who studies mathematics.
Assign assistance to a task.
Assign. You may assign research assistants to debugging, transcription, or speculation.
Which one would Weaver be good at? She has soul for mathematics, so maybe... I don't know, maybe she'd be good at debugging.
Assigned available research assistant to debugging.
Hire a new one.
Hire. Uploading job advertisement to university message boards. No new applicants. Try again later.
Just Weaver.
Well, guess you have to sleep.
Nap time.
Time passes. Weaver fixes some weird math with some weirder math.
Typical of a mathematician.
Now is the time to continue your work. Research assistance 1. Realism index 47%. Romance index 2%. Mold coverage 8%. You may hire a new research assistant, assign assistance to a task, or sleep until tomorrow.
Hire.
Hire. Uploading job advertisement to university message boards. You have hired Roberta, who studies fairy tales.
Down goes the realism index.
Assign assistance to a task. Assign. You may assign research assistants to debugging, transcription, or speculation. Transcription?
Yeah.
You have 2 research assistants available today. Assign how many to transcription? 1.
And put one on debugging.
Don't know what's speculating.
Maybe we can hire another one today. Nope.
I guess you can only do one a day. And sleep.
Time passes. Roberta identifies a bug with the oxygen level simulation, but is unable to fix it. Weaver types up some lurid imagery from a dream journal. Greasy black mold is collecting on the computer equipment. Now is the time to continue your work.
Oh, it must go in order.
Yeah.
We need to assign debugging if we want Weaver on it, and then transcription if we want Roberta on it.
Mm-hmm.
Romance index 12%.
Mold coverage 19%.
Hire.
Greg.
Who
Greg.
studies architecture.
For Greg's.
Okay, so Weaver first.
Debugging. 1.
Should the architect do transcription, or should he do speculation?
I think the architect should do transmission.
No, so speculation first because Roberta.
Okay.
Robot Williams can speculate.
And now transcription.
This is feeling like frog fractions. The very nature of the game keeps changing.
Sleep. Time passes. Roberta makes adjustment to the echolocation algorithm. Bats now fly normally instead of getting hung up on each other's wings and clustering together like horrible, leathery tumbleweeds. Weaver carefully transcribes the sounds of dripping water in all their variations over a period of several hours.
I guess it doesn't matter who you assign to what.
Yeah. Greg makes a convincing argument for the edibility of stone.
Greg? What are you doing?
Maybe that has to do with the brick sandwich?
Greg!
Intruders! The strangers are doing something to the equipment, but you can't make out what. You hide behind a rock until they leave. With trepidation, you emerge from your hiding place hours later. Now is the time to continue your work.
I'm not convinced this is getting us any closer to the 0.
Research assistance 3. Realism index 52%. Romance index, 32%. Mold coverage, 0%.
They removed the mold!
You may hire a new research assistant, assign assistants to a task, or sleep until tomorrow.
See if you can hire anyone new.
Marianne, who studies fine art.
Cool, man, get a professor next time.
Assign. Okay, so we've got 4 now.
Mhm.
Do we want 2 on debugging and 1 on the other 2? Or 1 on debugging,
How about 1 on debugging, 2 on transcription?
and 1 on speculation?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. How long is this going to go, though?
I don't know.
Yeah, not entirely certain this is actually like a game-like thing to win, and more just like stuff to rampage through. In which case, the most amusing ones appear to blatantly be debugging and speculation. It's the best idea for a sandwich.
Time passes. Roberta widens tunnels slightly to reduce the need for extra crouch commands. Greg extensively notates tunnel diameter as a function of length. Marianne summarizes the migratory patterns of bats through the tunnels. Weaver discards centuries of exhaustive data on the uniformity of cause and effect.
Weaver?
Weaver follows the strangers into the tunnels. She doesn't return, but neither do they.
Weaver?
Now is the time to continue your work. Research assistants, 3. Realism index, 77%. Romance index, 22%. Mold coverage, 9%.
Well, we've got to replace Weaver.
Hire Rick, who studies library sciences.
Hey.
Uh, 112.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Sleep. Time passes. Roberta fixed bugs.
Bugs.
Marianne transcribed experiences. Rick posits that nature, not reason, is the master of industry. Greg muses about the love lives of fungal colonies.
Okay, Greg.
Greasy black mold is collecting on the computer equipment. Now is the time to continue your work. Maybe we should... Oh, sorry. That's
Maybe we should try to start over or something? This doesn't seem to be helping.
Oh, the realism index keeps going up.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to hit 100 with the realism index to continue, or?
Maybe.
I have literally no idea.
Let's try to do that, and then see. Like, if Shannon comments again about starting over, then let's start over.
Amy, who studies human-computer interaction.
Hey, it's her.
She sounds very useful.
So we're gonna be able to do 2, 2, and 1.
Mm-hmm.
Debugging, transcription, and 1 on speculation.
That's what I was thinking.
But transcription's so boring. I do 2, 1, and 2.
Oh yeah, but we're working on the realism index.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Randy.
Having hired Amy, I think the romance index is going to be going up. Judging from what she said to us earlier. Oh, hey, Jen Mistusker has a song request.
We're not doing music
that.
right now.
And I can't pronounce your name, it's terrifying.
Let me see.
Look at it.
Sleep. Time passes. Amy fixed bugs. Roberta fixed bugs. Marianne transcribed experiences. Rick transcribed experiences. Greg had ideas. A mail carrier on bicycle brings you a sizable bill from the power company. Now is the time to continue your work.
How does the power company know where to bring the bills?
Realism index 100%, romance index 56%. Mold coverage 27%.
Maybe we do need to start over. She's commented about it, so let's do that.
I want to keep playing.
Come on, kid. We've got stuff to do.
Quit. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes. That was a rhetorical question.
Quit game.
I only understood you as far as wanting to quit.
Maybe we have to lose or die somehow in order to start over.
Eat the lamp!
Eat the lamp! Eat lamp.
That's right.
Don't be ridiculous.
I guess we can keep playing.
Now is the time to continue your work.
Whee!
Yeah, let's hire so we can do 222.
Andrew, who studies statistics.
Now we have everybody.
Yep.
Hey! Dos, dos, dos. Tres, dos. Dos, dos. Pantalones.
And sleep.
We're doing pretty well on triangle.
Greg fixed bugs. Amy fixed bugs. Rick and Marianne transcribed experiences. Roberta had ideas. Andrew had ideas.
The description stuff.
Intruders. The strangers are doing something to the equipment, but you can't make out what. You hide behind a rock until they leave. With trepidation, you emerge from your hiding place hours later. Now is the time to continue your work.
Yes, they scraped off the
6%,
mold.
65, 0.
Yeah, because when they found them, they were scraping the mold off of the crystals, so
Mhm.
they've got to... Can you still hire people, or is this where your hiring ends now that you have the 3 that were there?
University message boards have been discontinued.
Yep. Why don't you just assign all 6 to something and see what happens?
That's what I was thinking.
Speculation.
Speculation.
Everybody speculates. I think they're all just going to have ideas.
You dream fitfully. You, Lula, and Joseph stand in a hallway. The walls are blank beige. It's just after winter quarter, but before spring, so there are no students around. Joseph says something clever, and Lula leans on his shoulder. You wish that instead she had taken your hand, or that there were any other option. Now is the time to continue your work. Realism
Whoa.
index down to 43%, romance index 100%.
Well, I
Should
think
we-
everybody should go to debugging.
Yeah.
It seems to have changed because of that dream, though.
Mm-hmm.
Remove all the insects. Actually, I'm talking about waiting things out.
Everybody fixes bugs.
Bugs.
Greasy black mold is collecting on the computer equipment. Now's the time to continue your work.
Realism went back up, romance dropped. I guess we should just keep it balanced. Do the 222.
Or actually, let's
What's max transfer?
2 on debugging, 4 on transcription.
Okay.
This is a very strange game.
You prepare a nutritional meal of boiled cave moss, seasoned with a salty, translucent paste you've harvested, at great personal risk from stalactites. Now is the time to continue your work. Romance index is at 49%, mold coverage at 30%.
What happens if you pick the waited out option? Maybe we'll have to wait it out.
Wait indefinitely. Time passes. Research assistants come and go. You don't encounter the strangers again, but sometimes you can hear the uncanny echoes of their voices off in the tunnels. Years pass. Mold accumulates. You and the remaining research assistants take to burning disused equipment in the center of the room. The black mold is intensely flammable and makes an excellent catalyst. It leaves behind a sweet, narcotic perfume. One night you have visitors, outsiders, different ones. Then later that night, an old friend.
You really did go deeper into the caves.
Premature into file. Press any key to quit.
Huh.
Crazy Oracle.
I guess that means Lula is here.
Yep.
Oh, I guess.
Donald! You really did go deeper into the caves. Well, you were easy enough to find. I've met a few of your former assistants. One can't help but hear things. So, this is what became of our project.
Oh, I've made some additions. Joseph stole the data tapes for the first half, so I've had some blank spots to fill.
Yes, I know. He published his version, actually. I'm sorry to report that it's a bit tediously sentimental.
We've been
Looking for you. So you found the address data? Just pass it over to Donald here. Donald, will you be a dear and crunch these numbers? We're looking to sort out a street name collision. Dogwood Drive. How long does this take?
I should only be an hour or so. Andrew will carry it over to...
I'll be at the bureau for the rest of the night. Just mark it private materials for the attention of Senior Clerk Chamberlain.
How do we get to the bureau from here? The bridge.
To the bridge.
Yes, the bridge. Through the gate over there.
Now we, too, recede into history.
Good night, Donald. Meet me at the bureau and we'll get you on your way. Head counterclockwise to the cathode ray, then turn around. Then it's just clockwise until you find the bureau. Between us, I think you should drive.
Well, to the gate then?
To the gate.
To the bridge.
Robot Williams. The gate is open.
Then I learned the gate was open.
Was the tape recorder there before?
I think so.
No, these are different. No, they're gonna walk.
Now she's running out. They were just in the way.
Tape recorder.
Someone has left a portable tape recorder on the path. It doesn't appear damaged, but there's no tape to play or record.
Can he laugh?
A sensible modern electric lantern has been left here. The batteries have long since died.
Like we need back row. We're sniffed by Luke.
Hey, Blue. Thanks for waiting, Blue. What have you been doing? Keeping Johnny here company?
What happened up there?
I'm actually not sure.
Very mysterious, ma'am. Okay, so counterclockwise.
To the cathode ray. The rope.
Weird images burned in here.
Cathode ray.
And now it's clockwise to the bureau.
The sprocket. Now's the time on
those
sprockets when we dance. The anchor.
The bureau should be around at the bottom if this is remotely the same layout.
Yeah. Feather. Cactus.
The sandwich.
Antlers. Oh yeah, now they're looking familiar.
Mm-hmm. Scarecrow.
Bureau. Bottom one.
Hey, you see that cat over there?
Look like she just washed it.
Looked like she just washed up. Where do you think she came from?
Kitty.
Oh, just leave me, kitty. Hey, kitty.
Huh, Junebug changed clothes again at some point.
Huh.
Wasn't her hair blue before?
Mm-hmm.
Junebug has a very robotic barking sound. Do you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
I think she and Johnny are robots.
Here you are. Marianne has the rest of the evening off, so I'm minding the desk. Nice place. It is, isn't it? Sometimes I forget. The acoustics in here have a way of grinding one down. The results just came in by courier. Good news. Donald and his assistants were able to sort through the noise. I had Rick cross-reference the results against some of our records. He found a corresponding mail stop on the Eka River route. As it happens, the night ferry is scheduled to make its stop here shortly. The ferryman carries the mail and collects the garbage as well. I'm sure you can catch a ride out that way. You're welcome to wait here. I have to get back to packing. Are you going somewhere? I might. I'm feeling impulsive, and I'd like to be ready. Maybe back to Mexico. It's been years. They still have one of my sculptures in a museum down there, did you know? Big, ugly, iron thing. Time to have it scrapped, anyway. Safe travels. Try to stay out of the water. It's colder than it looks, and deep.
Is it liquid methane?
Oh God! I sure hope not.
If it is, I hope nobody nearby smokes.
Oh yeah, look at her knees.
Mm-hmm.
She's got joint knees.
'Cause
And
once-
Conway still has a bad case of skeleton leg. Well, yeah, it does look like they're gray too.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard to tell because it was night before.
How long do we have to wait? Oh, who knows?
Alright, what happened? What? In the church, at the graveyard. You two came out of there all weird. What happened?
It's okay. You can tell them. It doesn't matter anymore.
Fine. So, we were in that graveyard. Oh, good. We do get to find out what actually happened. I was wondering.
Yay. Maybe. Spooky mists of spookiness.
I think this is effectively a restart.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Laser leg.
Well, this can't be right. Looks like an old church.
Worth a look inside.
I guess.
I want to stay outside. Why? I think I saw a lizard.
I'll stay with him. Okay, we'll make it quick.
Into the fnurch.
Fnurch?
It's like a church with North Nord. Remember, look
No,
first.
no, no, no.
Look at things
Nope,
first.
look first. Sorry. Church floor is cold metal, scuffed and flexed by unknown boot heels.
Yep, can't look now.
Yeah, every
Sorry.
interaction isn't looking tends to preclude all looking interactions.
I wasn't thinking. I was just going left to right.
Why aren't you thinking?
Whoa!
I can't stop thinking. I'm always thinking.
The strangers are laser skeletons.
It has a severe case of laser everything.
The stranger activates the tape player slung on his shoulder. A crackly drawl echoes in the room. It is patient and sounds like it should be smiling. My regrets. I hope I didn't keep you waiting long. We don't see a lot of foot traffic these days. I guess you're here about the job. I'm afraid we only have one opening at the moment. Horrible business.
Middle one.
We're actually looking for some information about an old computer. Certainly, I'll tell you everything you need to know. I've only just met you, but I feel certain there's a place for you here. I'll just take you over to meet the dispatcher, show you the trucks, get you familiarized. We can converse as we go.
What
Wait, is
is
this
this
thing
place?
Church-going people from the abandoned.
Maybe.
Ooh, talk about a weird bunch indeed.
That.
Well, it's not an old church.
No, I guess not. But still, it all has a kind of reverence to it. What's that smell? Like bread. Baking bread?
Please follow me.
Yeah, this is definitely the distillery.
We can degaus? What can we degaus?
I have to ask you to step in here a moment. This is for your safety, and adjust your outfits just a bit. There's some protective headwear up on the wall back there. Please remove your shoes and eyeglasses. We don't wear glasses, so that won't be an issue. Well, do us a favor and put on the headwear anyway. Just this way.
Jeez, Laser Skeleton Man has a Laser Skeleton after image.
Degauss. Whoa.
Oh, we degauss Laser Skeleton Man.
Oh, now you can talk to them.
Earl.
Cool.
This is Earl. He used to be a beekeeper. Borrowed some used casks to store the hives, but the interest accrued more quickly than the honey. Now he works for us here in logistics.
I think you have to degauss again. Maybe move over to one? Yes. Wow, check this stuff out. It must be decades old, but it's in perfect condition.
How do you think they keep it like that?
Maintenance, old man. I bet it's someone's job around here. Probably hard to keep all the dust out. You know, underground. That's why I got into this business, to keep old stuff like this running. Seems like such a shame to just let it fall back into ruin, you know? Like that computer back in the cave. Xanadu. Decades of engineering, thousands of years of mathematics and philosophy, all petrified into living stone. How could you just let that fall apart? Yeah, I think that's all you can get from those guys. There's another one up here. Look first.
More new arrivals this evening. Plenty to do. Got to relay the formula.
What formula?
Eh? Oh, the formula. Changed our lives. Once years ago, we were as prisoners to the intricacies of our debts here. We'd have to account for everything on paper. Compounding interest by hand, reassessing amortization, and leveraged asset distributions according to nightly merit decay. Then, she stepped out of the dark caves to show us the light of the formula.
Oh God, Weaver, what did you do?
She had a brilliant grasp of mathematics and a saint-like way of speaking right through the numbers.
Weaver, what did you do?
Now we just plug our daily numbers into the formula and run it all through the adding machine. We occasionally suffer some surplus drift, but she instructed us on all the necessary adjustments. It was devastating to see our revered mathematician go, but she was needed elsewhere. Her legacy abides.
Like the dude.
What job?
What job are they working?
Sign has appeared and says, "Oh right, forgot it's Thursday. Drat, missed most of it."
I don't know that it's been settled just yet. You see, sometimes we take on newcomers already in debt to the distillery. One of the foremen will find something for them to do, chip away at their sum until it's all settled. That's what I'm doing here, chipping away. That's what we're all doing.
Hey, go closer to this guy and degauss him.
That's as close as I can get,
Well,
apparently.
degauss again. No, but nothing. Oh well. I like how they don't even seem to notice doing that.
Here's the fleet. Haha. Oh, we just use these to get around internally.
Yeah.
How big is this place?
Yeah.
Oh, it's grown a great deal over the years. Incredible to think, really. When Mr. Bishop founded this operation, it was only about 1,800 square feet, and half of that or more was occupied by camouflage to keep the law out. Hiding out in the back of an old church purifying spirits by handmade fire, a kettle, and a dream.
Purifying spirits, eh?
So the trucks are just east a ways in shipping. You can become acquainted with the dispatcher there. Give me a tap on the shoulder if you see something that catches your eye. Always happy to show off the facilities. Sublime machinery.
Well, guess we're going for a ride.
Do-do-do-do.
Do do. I can't go there.
Maybe just click the shipping arrow, and then there will probably be things, you know, that you can see along the way and click and stop.
Whereabouts we just hit the menu?
Truck.
Good.
Here it is. Now I have to ask, as a matter of course, what kind of experience do you have driving trucks?
Top one.
I drove deliveries for an antique shop up until this last run. Aha, precious cargo. You'll do just fine. And you can drive. Safely, can't you? I haven't any doubt now. It's only after what happened with Miguel this evening.
What happened
Is
with
that what
Miguel
that
this
crash was at the
evening?
beginning of the game?
Well, the dust is still clearing, of course. Perhaps he closed his eyes a moment, or simply hit a curve too devilish. I do pity ill-fated Miguel. He was good company, and slow to anger. But if we're speaking confidentially, well, with all that lost product to be repaid, bourbon and glass dashed across the interstate, and a few casks too, we're all just thankful he had no next of kin. So, let's see if we can ring up the dispatcher. Doolittle starts the truck and switches on the CB radio. A deep, monotonous voice drones from the dashboard speaker. 1020 on that load. Come back. Up in the Hummingbird Cave, 1012, City Kitty. This is a good time, dispatch. We may have found Miguel's replacement. Thought you might like to get acquainted. 10-9, come again. Introduce yourself.
Howdly doodly doing is.
Tell dispatch something impressive about yourself. They're very well regarded here. You folks know anything about a moldy old computer? 99 wheel holder, gotta pay the water bill. Ah, so. I'm certain they'll call back before long. Let's take a look around the truck, eh?
Pay the water bill. That means they need to use the bathroom.
Looks like it's just about ready to go out. We have some good, strong folks in shipping here, so you never need to worry about loading if you don't want to. Bit hard in the knees and back at our age, eh? Of course, you'll have to unload at the destination, but that's the job. And some drivers like the extra shift stacking and loading here.
Yeah,
Those
bye.
ghostly freaking workers.
I shouldn't really do any lifting these days. I see. Well, surely we can spare a dolly and carrying strap. For your health and safety.
Huh.
What?
Do we?
I'm starting to think that laser leg there represents death.
That makes sense.
And all these skeletal faded folks are deep in it.
Top one.
Sounds like a lot of work around here. It's in our interest, friend. After all, we must meet our financial obligations.
Oh, wait.
Hmm?
The electric company handles the bills
Mm-hmm.
for Neripnol, and the electric company bought the distillery.
Yeah.
So he is in debt to the exact same company.
Yeah. Oh, sure, I know you'll want to look. Kick the tires. That's a thing we do, isn't it? As though our knees could exert the kind of force these tires see out there on the road, we're more likely to hurt ourselves. Isn't it the way, eh?
Yeah.
Sure, they're big machines, but they can be fragile. Absolutely. A truck deserves care and fearful respect, like a glass elephant. Miguel was a good driver, but he didn't have that quality of deference.
What about Bree says your voice makes Doolittle sound a little creepy?
I think that's the point.
Mhm.
Also, wait, so if getting his leg fixed gave it that debt rub, why their whole body, like, they're not dead, are they? Or, like, they should have been dead?
Maybe?
I hope not. I really hope not. Anyway.
What kind of man was Miguel? As I always say of him, he was good company. Many of us have found ourselves in his position, arrogantly grasping at personal sovereignty when our lives had become unmanageable. There's no shame in it, only condolence. Now, what else can we show you? Headlights work fine, see? Doolittle fiddles with the controls. That's important. Most of our product goes out at night. You never know who you'll run into in the daylight, and dusk can be treacherously misleading with all that indirect light. The magic hour, eh? Drivers sleep in the day, then?
Yeah.
Sure, those that sleep. Miguel pulled extra day shifts when he could. Sometimes he'd help me, you know. Sometimes over in bottling. He shouldn't have been out driving at dusk. Weird shadows. Soft light. Dangerous.
Keep talking.
Headlights look, pretty okay. That they do. Moving on.
Those that need sleep.
Control the wipers with this knob here. Doolittle fiddles with the controls. They seem to have a decent torque to them, eh? Can't say how they'd fare in an ice storm, but we must never delay a shipment. Better to assume the risk. Always clear skies down here.
Yeah.
So I hear, but most of our product is delivered by surface roads, which feel rain quite often, particularly in the spring months. So I hear. I'm sure the wipers are fine. Of course. What else then? The truck's radio crackles back to life. Driver, come back. Ah, there's dispatch. Now tell them about your experience. Tell them the truck's in good shape. Tell them you'll start in the morning. I really can't.
Yeah.
I really can't.
Yeah, we've got to finish this delivery, and if you...
10:33 dispatch, got 2 black eyes and a flock of crocodiles. Come back. 10-4, back it down and prick your eyelids, driver. Come back, Lim. 10-4. Come back, wheel holder.
Todd.
This one?
Yeah.
10-4. Got your ears on? Good. Listen to this.
Silence.
So, I think that went well. Let's head back up to logistics and seal the deal, eh? And I've got one more thing to show you.
Listen to this. Ew, dispatch. Disgusting. Cyan says he sounds like a serious cybernetic door. I've never heard of a serious cybernetic door.
Door?
All the cybernetic doors I've had quite the levity to them.
They're very happy to open for you, and to close again.
Let's head back upstairs, eh? I have one more thing to show you.
Wait, we only came here looking for some answers about this stupid moldy computer.
Oh, the old man in the cave with the moldy computer. That black mold, it's drawn to whiskey. It feeds on ethanol fumes, you see. As we age the whiskey, some of it inevitably evaporates into the air. The angel's share. It goes through the vents here and out into the caves. If we can scrape up that mold, we can usually apply some pressure and cold to it, squeeze and condense the angel's share back into drinkable whiskey. Every drop counts when you're making a living on the stuff, so we'd go down and scrape it off his equipment, just like any other place it grows. He kept sending his people here to drive us away. Paranoid. Truly paranoid. Well, now we have the formula, so we don't need to go collecting mold. But we didn't do anything to his moldy computer. He just forgot the password. One of his assistants shared it with me. Dome in air. That'll get you going, I'm sure of it. So, join me upstairs. If you don't mind. Here it is. A beauty, wouldn't you say? It's an antique, you know.
What is it?
Why, it's an adding machine. This is where we come for our daily ritual, to calculate the day's interests and repayment, according to the formula. I usually do so at the beginning of my shift, so I know how many hours I need in order to keep up. Yes, I believe you'll do well here, sir. Happy to have you. Congratulations, you're hired.
Wait, we can't...
It's customary here to start each day with a shift drink. Let's make it special. Mark the occasion. This is the top shelf stuff now. Single barrel.
He doesn't...
Down the hatch. Vinum memoriae mors.
I guess you have to. Is that... Huh.
Decent enough. Welcome aboard.
He's not working for you. We have to get back to this... He has a delivery to make.
What's this? Not working? Are you turning down this opportunity? She's right. I have to make this, I'm disappointed. And I'm afraid that leaves us with a delicate problem. As I indicated, this is the top shelf stuff you're drinking now. It isn't cheap. If it's not your first shift drink, well, and there's the matter of this tour just now. My time and experience are billed at quite a premium. This is not good for you, my friend. You're in quite deep. By my back-of-the-envelope estimations, well, we have that in common, I suppose. All of us. Yes, I'm afraid you'll have to work this off somehow. It's just the way of it.
What's happening right now?
You can start tomorrow. Take the time to settle your affairs. Of course, the interest begins to compound immediately, and, well, we'll go over the formula when you get here. I should get back to work. See you tomorrow, then.
Now that's cheating.
Yeah. Jan.
There are like multiple levels on which I'm pretty sure that's really illegal.
Says it looks to require flash. Is there an alternate stream?
No, this is the only one. There's the audio only one, but, yeah.
Can't see any of the game.
Yeah.
And Science says, Series 7 8 doors from Hitchhiker's Guide. They're the doors
Yes.
that are very happy to open and then close for you.
Yep.
So, I guess I start in the
Exactly
morning.
what I was referencing. I guess.
I'm confused. It's just the way these things go, kid.
Huh. Well, that still gives us a few hours to roam, right? Where's that ferry?
Junebug and
Johnny.
Johnny, both look quite robotic looking.
Yep, they do. There's the fairy. I want to know why we can't talk to the cat, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to talk to the cat. What?
It's a mammoth.
Well, it says
Mammoth
Mo left at
Caves.
Mammoth Caves.
Is the mammoth the ferryman?
Maybe.
I hope so.
I hope so. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Is there more?
Oh, probably. I think Acts 1, 2, and 3 were released at different times.
Huh.
Because I saw the news posts on the Steam window for it mentioning, like, interludes released between episodes.
Huh.
So there must be an episode 4 coming. Act
Well-
4, whatever.
Well, I didn't realize that.
Me neither.
Nope.
Well then.
Well, I
Unless
guess
it does just end there.
if there is more, I guess we'll have to come back to it the next time you visit.
Which will be plenty of time for there to be 1 or 2 more episodes, probably.
All right.
We'll
Well
probably be forever doomed to become a terrifying dead skeleton.
Rave Skeleton.
Rave skeleton.
I don't know why they run
Degas,
a,
Degas, woo!
I don't know why they run a distillery. I mean, they should start looking into doing like those Pink Floyd laser shows. Take the degausser.
Well, anyway, that took out much more of the block than I anticipated. Where you only have 10 minutes left, so I think I may as well call it early. Because I mean, what can we do in 10 minutes? Thanks for watching, everybody. Sorry to leave it on such a cliffhanger like that. I was certainly not expecting it.
Is it really a cliffhanger when Fairy shows up and there's a mammoth? That's
Yeah.
not a cliff.
I would call that a cliffhanger because it's like, what is happening?
You can look at this cat for 10 minutes.
Kitty!
Meow.
Medieval Engineers has had a sequel to Space Engineers.
It looked like it. Apparently, you save money on it if you have space engineers. And now I'm just thinking medieval Kerbals. Oh God. we're
Oh
all
jeez,
doomed.
the Kerbal thing with the Bayou Tapestry.
Kerbals
The
building
flames coming out of the
trebuchets.
castle turrets.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be back on Saturday at 9 for Throne of Games with, let's see, it should be King's Quest 7, I believe, or possibly a filler ep with
Say
something
Byron.
else.
Yep, there she goes.
She said bye, all right.
If you would turn around the right way, you wouldn't have to wriggle like that. I've been trying to explain this to you, but you're a cat.
There's gonna be events over here at Throne of Cats.
Vince. No.
Oh, he looks well
Okay.
fed. You need to see.
And I'll be back next Thursday for more Thursday Throne. Should be returning to Romancing Saga. So, yeah. Hope to see you all next time. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
That is some frantic waving.
And